So good evening everyone, welcome to Adda. I hope audio video everything is clear. Can you please confirm? Chalo guys, let's move. So paper 1 full length mock test is going to be there, which is a top 50 questions I will be discuss. And here if you look at the schedule, today 8 am we have done and 9 pm we are taking this top 50 questions, which is full length mock test, and tomorrow also 8 am 9 pm, day after tomorrow also 8 am 9 pm, 8 am 9 pm is going to be there. So in the same way it will be there guys. And here if you look at tomorrow morning, again top 50 questions of UGC NET Commerce is going to be there, morning 8 am, so get ready for that also. Already link is available in the Telegram. Today I was not able to take the 5 pm session, but I will be taking in tomorrow. So tomorrow 5 pm will be there for sure. And guys, now instead of Let's Crack NTA UGC NET channel, I will be again back to the Unacademy Live UGC NET. So that will be there from tomorrow. Tomorrow 9 pm as usual this class is going to be there. And do join in my Telegram group Achievers Adda AA. So UGC NET JRF complete courses for the paper 1 and paper 2 commerce are live at Unacademy Plus and Iconic subscription. So you can just join Unacademy Plus by using my referral code Shiva Live SHIVA you are going to get 20% off on the subscription till September 16 11:59 pm night. So the offer is going on 20%, otherwise just 10%. Tomorrow is a paper 1 mock test and 17 day after tomorrow will be the paper 2 commerce mock test is going to be there. The top performers are going to get this reward, so try to attend this all India mock test which is going live tomorrow. So let's go to the questions. Oh my god, what happened? Yes, now daily 9 pm 2021 full length paper. Guys, do hit a like button guys. Question number 1 over here on the screen you can see. First DI is there. Shall we take the DI first? Shall we take the DI? Is it okay to take the DI? Or in the middle we'll take it? In the middle shall we take the... Okay, done. Oh, full enthusiasm is there. Then why not? So read the passage which is given below. Has the following number of students who is enrolled for a particular course, BTech, MTech, MPhil, MBA, and total number are given brackets 120 students total, 30 students, 20 students, 60 students. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 are the 5 years which is given. Next, question number 1. What is the average number of vacant seats for the BTech for 2016 to 20? Answer is that option A. 14 is the correct answer. So number of vacancy, average number of vacant seats for the BTech for 2016 to 20. BTech average number of vacant seat. So here how many vacant seats are there? Out of 120, 96. 96 means 24 vacant. Here 110 means 10 is vacant. 120 minus 108, 12 is vacant. Here 120 minus 112, 8 is vacant. Here 120 minus 104, which is 16 is vacant. So total is how many? 16 plus 24, which is 40, 50, 62 and 70. Total 70 are vacant seats. So 70 divided by 70, 5. 70 divided by 5. So 5 ones are and 5 fours are, which is 14 is the correct answer. Option A. Right? Next, they are asking average. Which course has the highest percentage increase in enrollment of students from 16 to 17? Option A, sorry, option C it is. Option C. MPhil is a given answer. MPhil is a given answer. You can just check it out. C, MPhil is a given answer. Highest percentage increase in enrollment of students from highest percentage increase in enrollment of students from 2016 to 17. 16 to 17, here 96 to 110, here 24 to 26, here 12 to 14, here 52 to 57. So here how many are increase? Here actually increase is 96, 110 means 14. 14 divided by 96 and 24, 2 divided by 24, 12, 2 divided by 12. And here 57 means 5 divided by 52. Highest percentage out of all, it will come to MPhil only, because 2 ones are 2 6 are 1 by 6, I think 16 point something will come, which is 16%, 16.66 something it will come. It will be more as compared to the remaining things, because remaining will be less than that 16%, obviously. Right? Next. MPhil 16.66, I think. Is it 14 or 16? 16.6. That is 1 by 6 na direct. Find out the difference between average vacant seats of MTech and MBA for 2016 to 20. Option 3, so option 3 is the correct answer, 2.6. Difference between average vacant seats of MTech and MBA 16 to 20, BTech, MTech and MBA, right? So MTech here 30 minus 24, 30 minus 24 is how much? 6 vacant and 4 vacant, 5 vacant, 2 vacant, 3 vacant. And here MPhil, right? MTech and MBA. 60 minus 52, 8, 3, 6, 4, 60 minus 48, 12. So total is how much? 6, 4, 10, 15, 20. And this 12 plus 8, 20, 20, 30, 33. So rather than calculating average of both, first identify the difference and do the average. This will be 13. So 13 divided by how many years? 5 years. Not 5 years, yes 5 years. Then 5 2s are 10, 10 will be there, and 30, 5 6 are 30. So 2.6 should be the correct answer. Next. Guys, do hit a like button. Which year highest average enrollment? Which year has highest average enrollment? Guys, do hit a like button if you like the session. Highest average enrollment is there in which year? So option C, 2019. If you look at the number, the total of this, total of this, total of this, total of this, total of this. Which numbers are highest? By prima facie, if I can observe, 112 is the highest in this, 28 is the highest here, 15 is the somehow highest here, 56 is also highest here. So all highest, majority highest are there in 2019, so that will be an correct answer. Next, total average, whatever you take, it will be same. Which year has a minimum vacant seats? Option D is a given answer. 2019. Which year has the minimum vacant seats? As the highest number of enrolled students in 2019 now, so lowest number of vacancy will be there in 2019 only, because highest number are enrolled in that. That is why it is lowest number of students are vacated over here. Next, Who proposed how many people got 5 by 5 in DI solving? Who proposed the theory of meaningful verbal learning? Option D is the correct answer. That is David Ausubel is the one who proposed the meaningful verbal learning theory. Array this total. Okay. Here meaningful verbal learning, according to Ausubel, meaningful verbal learning is when new knowledge is received directly from the teacher in the form of which it can be received by the students. So it is concerned with how individual learn large amount of meaningful material from the verbal or textual presentation. From the material, like from the study material, how much we are able to learn. That is what meaningful verbal learning is called as per the David Ausubel. Next. The steps involved in developing a performance test are: the steps involved in developing a performance test are option B is a given answer. That is, first, conduct a job analysis to determine what abilities are to be tested. So first we need to do the job analysis. What type of abilities are going to be tested in this performance testing? Number one, to develop an observational rating form, proper questionnaire or proper observation rating parameter, strongly agree, -1 to +10 or else 1 to 10, like that a rating form you need to identify and try out develop a some type of task sampling plan. So sampling form type of task will be given to the employees or the students. And after that, D, which is fourth one, developing an administration format. After that, try out the test item before developing a final form. So we need to give a trial. Trial is a final one. After that, testing will be done. As per Piaget stage of cognitive development, the children learns a language and begins to use the symbol to represent the objects during the pre-operational stage. As per the Piaget stages of cognitive development, children learns through reflexes, senses and movement of actions on the environment during the formal operational stage. Good evening, Archana. Option C. Yes, option C is the correct answer. Option C is the correct answer. Statement 1 and statement 2 is false. Statement 1 is true, statement 2 is false. Because as per the Piggott stages of cognitive development, children learn the language and begins to use this symbol to represent the objects in the beginning stage, which is pre-operational. And this is second one is given as an formal operational stage for the cognitive development. You can look at pre-operational, usually 2 to 7 years. 2 to 7 years. In this, thinking about the things symbolically, the symbols and the example, that type of thinking will be there in this. And second one, stage of cognitive development, children's learn through the reflexes and senses and movement actions. This is formal operational stage they are giving. But here formal operation is 12 plus year, that is abstract thinking. So here the cognitivity will be more used in case of concrete operational rather than formal operational. It is not concrete operational. They are asking about learning through senses and the movement and action, and this can be a stage of sensoromotor also, because this is more about the sense of organ which are working, like looking at us and blinking the eyes, all those things, sensoromotor. Yes, it can be. Identify the key mandate areas of National Knowledge Commission. Option C, A, B, D, access, concepts, application and services are the key mandate areas of National Knowledge Commission. So delivery is not component. If you look at access to knowledge, knowledge to concepts, and creation of the knowledge, which is knowledge application and creation of the knowledge, and delivery of the services. So services, access, concepts and creation and application, all those are 5 components of the National Knowledge Commission. Delivery is nowhere involved in this. Next, Indian ICT initiative and the purpose. Sam Petroda. Option B, which is A2, eGyan Kosh is a digital repository of open distance learning institution will be there. So this is majorly eGyan Kosh is by the IGNOU. It is by the IGNOU. And B, which is ePathshala, is an third one. Educational e-resources developed by the NSET, National Council for Educational Research and Training, which is ePathshala. That is also PDFs will be available. And C1, NROER. C1, this is open educational resources developed by the NSET in 2013. So NROER, National Open Educational Resources, but this NR need to identify. Okay, anyways, national, but R national research maybe. NDL is an fourth one, which is virtual repository of learning resources. National depository, National Digital Library by the IIT Kanpur, IIT Kharagpur. National Repository of Open Educational Resources, right? Please do hit a like button, guys. The concept of paradigm is associated with Karl Popper, R.A. Fisher, Eimer Lactose, T.S. Kuhn. Who? So here option D. This paradigm means it's a framework which is given by the Thomas Kuhn. Thomas Kuhn in the book called as The Structure of Scientific Revolutions to describe the process and result of change. To describe the process and result of change in basic assumption with the ruling of the theory science. Next. Which among the following is a software for the analysis of qualitative data? SPSS, R, and Vivo Stata. Qualitative. So if you look at qualitative data analysis software are NVivo, Atlas and ProValis research text analysis software, and Max QDA, Kurkos, as well as Dados, Ravenseye, QCA, Web QDA, Hyper Research, Transana, DataGrave. All these are qualitative data research analysis. Remaining are, this is actually a social science research analysis, and R and STAT are quantitative research analysis. Next. Hello Preeti. Following are the objections against the mixed methods of research. Good evening 360 degree. So here option C is a given answer, ACDE. Objections against the mixed methods. What are the objections are there which are against? Means mixed method should not be used due to following reasons. That is what against. So the objections. So ACDE is given. Quantitative, qualitative are epistemologically different. Actually, whether quantitative or qualitative, the origin is same by, not different origin. They are having a same origin. And here quantitative research is better than the qualitative. Quantitative research is better than the qualitative, which is correct, which is actually a true one. But this is not an objection. This is not an objection. Why? Because quantitative will have a evidence always, whereas qualitative will have an observation which may not be a true always, only your analysis or interpretation. Aims of quantitative and qualitative are same, not different. Sorry, aims of quantitative and qualitative are different. Yes, this is one of the reason for creating a mixed method. And ontological assumptions of quantitative and qualitative research may be different. Ontological means realistic assumptions, a type of being reality. Quantitative and qualitative research may be different, and quantitative qualitative research are paradigmatically incompatible in nature, means practically incompatible in nature. So due to these three things, A, C, D, E, four things, the objections are there against the mixed method. Mixed method means quality plus quantity, both. Quantity and quality is a mixed method. So the objections against this method due to they are epistemologically different, and they are different aims of the research. In reality, assumptions will vary from one to another and it will be practically incompatible in nature. Quantitative is better. Constant semiotic sample focus group. Hello Raman. Option A, constant. Constant is a third one, which is an attribute in terms of which cases do not differ. It's an attribute in terms of which cases do not differ. And a semiotics. Do not differ means it is constant, there is no change. Constant means no change, it is constant in nature. And yes, semiotics is in symbols usually. Fourth one, documents and other phenomenon, an approach to the analysis of document and other phenomenon. Semiotics are usually as symbols. And a sample, which is given as a second one, segment of the population, a subset of the population, and focus group is a mode of interview whereby there are several participants with emphasis on questioning and tightly defined topics, specific topic based discussion. Next, questionnaires are filled in by the participant themselves. Interview schedule is filled by the interviewer or the researcher. So answer is A, both 1 and 2 are correct, because questionnaires are filled by the participants, correct. When we give the questionnaire, they'll fill like a Google form questionnaires. Interview schedule is filled by the interviewer or the researcher only, because this is like a schedule. Enumerator will do this. This is like a schedule. The Latin word communis and communicare. Communicare, which term? Communication is derived, which means provide a specific information, make something uncommon, make common, and information is available, produce information. Yes, enumerator, correct. Option C is the correct answer. It means make common or information available, the information available. Next, power and status are said to cause dash barriers in communication. Technological, cultural, physical, semantic barrier. Power and status, these are the two barriers in communication. What type of barrier? So answer is that D, semantic barrier it is. Semantic barrier. How it is an semantic barrier? So yes, semantic usually having one word will be having quite different meanings, but in this context, how the power and status, because many people will have a power and status, but some people will show that, some people will not show that. So that is depending on one person how we are taking the meaning. Those are the two barriers in a semantic way. Out of the available option, this is the only appropriate because others are not suitable. Next. A class conducted in a Google Meet in which students and teachers are engaged in discussion is an instant of intrapersonal, group, mass, downward. It should be organizational barrier. You create new barriers, better. It should be organizational barrier. How it is by? It is not. If it is organizational barrier, then why this power and status, you tell me? If it is a barrier to the communication, why the power is given to the particular person and why the status of a manager or MD is given? Like for example, manager and MD. Tell. And here option B is the correct answer because Google Meet and that too teachers and students are engaged. Classroom discussion is always a group discussion only, which is a small group discussion. Specifically, it's a small group discussion. Next, being a smart consumer of media means it's already present by, but power and status are not organizational barrier. Organizational barrier which you are speaking is different and this is different, na? Being a smart consumer of media means option D is the given answer, being adept to recognizing the subtle and not subtle forms of the message. Right? One second, bhai. Just let me get the meaning of it. Smart consumer of media means understanding or recognizing or analyzing difficult and not difficult. Subtle means difficult by. Subtle means difficult. So smart consumer means the present day of media which we are able to adapt to those difficult things and not being difficult forms of messages also. Both are we are able to digest and recognize that type of media role is being played in the present days. Smart media means digital type. It's a type of digital consumer media, social media. Next, two fundamental features of classroom communication are classroom instruction and management. And classroom communication of teacher rests on the principle of edutainment. So option B is the correct answer. Both are true, but R is. So classroom communication is the principle of edutainment. But edutainment is not the reason for this two features, which is instruction and management of the classroom. This is not the reason. This is one of the component or principle to be followed in the classroom. Both are individually correct. Unit digit of the product of first 22 natural number is. Option A is a given answer, that is 0. How it is 0? If you look at 22, first 22 natural numbers are. So any number multiplied by 5, that is 0, 5, which is a unit place. If you look at first 22 natural numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, like that till it will go. So 5 which is multiplied by even, which is 0, and odd number which is 5, it is sum is given only 0. But here what the question is, 22 natural number, unit of the product of first 22 natural number, product of first 22 natural number. It is 0, okay, but it will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will go. These are odd numbers. Now I am thinking why this has been given. Yes, Raman, that is what I am checking. By here actually 22 natural numbers, only unit digit products like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it will come now. In the same way it will be 20 and 21, 22 will be. These are the total numbers. So if we multiply only these digits, unit digits means only this first one, 2 into 1, 2, into 0, khatam. So when it is into 0 means total all the product will be 0 only. All the unit place product will be 0 only because it is multiplied by 0. I think that is what the question reference. Correct. Option 1. Right, get back. A sum of money placed at compound interest sum of money placed at compound interest doubles itself in 4 years. In how many years will it amount to 4 times? So answer is that option number E, which is none of the option is correct, but the correct option can be option 3. So the amount is saying initially it will become double, means 2 of the principal. So A will become 2P initially, and the time is given as in 4 years. In how many years? It will be 4 times. So doubles in 4 years. A certain sum which is compound interest becomes n number of times in 10 years, t years. So if the t years is there now, then n will be what? Number of times, and m will be what? M will be what? So number of times, n times and t years it will be. T years it will be. So n power m times equal to m into t years. M into t years. If you look at a sum of money placed at a compound interest will double itself in 15 years then. So 2 times, it is become 2 times, means 2 power 2 na? Yes. This is taking 4 years, and if it is taking 4 years, in how many years it will become 4 times? 4 times, which is can be written as an 2 power 2. So 2 power 2 equal to 4 times. Then m into n, m into t, 2 into 4 years. It will be total 8 years it will be. This is what you need to understand. N power m times equal to m into t years, you can write it. N power n means the number of times you are writing in number of years. Next, which of the following statements are correct? The average of first 20 multiples of 8 is 84. There are 25 prime numbers between 100 to 200. Average of 10 positive numbers is x. If each number is increased by 10%, then new average is increased by 11%. So answer is that A. Only A is the correct one. Only A is the correct one. The average of first 20 multiples of 8 is 84. First 20 multiples of 8 is 84. Average of first 20 multiples of 8. And there are 25 prime. This is the correct one which is given. And there are 25 prime numbers between 100 to 200. If you look at multiples of first 8, so second multiples of 8, 16, third will be 28th will be 160. So 160 divided by 160 plus 8, which is first and last, will be plus divided by 2 will be 84, which is given as an 84 correct, because multiples of 8 till the 20th. And here option number B, prime number between 100 to 200 is total 21 are available, but they given it as only 25, which is wrong, right? And the third one is that if average is increased by 10%, then new average also will increase by 10% only, not the 11%. First and last correct. The single discount equivalent to a series of discount 10, 30, 50, 68.5. The single discount equivalent to a series of discount 10, 20, 40 is 43.2. Correct, Raman. So answer for this question is C. First is true, second is false. This is true, this is false. Single discount equivalent to a series of discount 10, 30, 50 is 68.5, and single discount equivalent to a series of discount 10, 20, 40 is 43.2 is wrong. That is 49 something it will come. How much it will be? 56.8 is coming. 56.8. It is like 100 into 90 percentage into 20 percentage into 40 percentage, then it will come as an 43.2. that has to be reduced from 100 minus 43.2, which is 56.8 something. That is a correct, but they given as 43.2, which is wrong, and here it will be 68.5 only, which is correct. Which term comes in the next sequence? ANCQEU. Guys, do hit a like button, guys, or dislike button, either way. So answer for this question is none of the above. Two questions are out of the box they given. So n place value is 14, 17, 21 and 25. Here if you look at plus 3 plus 4 plus 4, like that it is going, but answer is actually wrong. Answer is given because there is no series is getting followed. First one is plus 3 plus 4, and first series in each of the one is that it is getting added by 2, means odd values 1, 3, 5, 7, like that it is going, but the second one is not following any series over here. In valid categorical syllogism, the middle term must be distributed at least in one premise. Conclusion of valid argument cannot be asserted any more than the is contained in premises. Answer is that B. Both are true but not correct explanation. So here middle term must be distributed at least in one premises. At least in one premises, then only it will be a valid one. And conclusion of a valid argument cannot assert any more than it is contained in the premises. I think this is giving a meaning that conclusion of a valid argument should have a same meaning which is there in the premises. It should not give any other meaning which is not there in the premises. That is what the second statement. Which of the following statements are correct? Sir, how you can establish the link, please? How you can establish the link? This is saying about whatever that you are saying in the premises must give the same meaning in the conclusion. The conclusion should have a same meaning which is there in the premise. First one is speaking about the middle term presence. Middle term must be undistributed in any one of the premises. Then how you can tell this as a link? Which of the following statements are correct? Answer is that D. B and E are the correct statement. B, A proposition and O proposition are contradictory, correct? And E, which is I and O are subcontractories. A as well as O are contradictory and I and O are subcontractory, which is correct. I and O are subcontractory. Subalternation is A and I. అది గణేష్ అది ఫస్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్కే వర్తిస్తుంది కదా, నువ్వు సెకండ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ కూడా దానికి లింక్ అంటున్నావు. సెకండ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఏమంటుంది, కంక్లూజన్ అనేది ప్రెమిసెస్లో ఏ మీనింగ్ అయితే ఇస్తుందో కంక్లూజన్లో కూడా అదే మీనింగ్ రావాలని సెకండ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ చెప్తుంది. ఫస్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్ ఏమో మిడిల్ టర్మ్ ఒక్క ప్రెమిసెస్లో అయినా డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ అయ్యి ఉండాలి అంటుంది. అక్కడేమో డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషను, ఇక్కడేమో కంక్లూజన్ పాయింట్. So your answer is that option A, which is argument ad hominem, which is abusive in nature. The policies suggested by him have no merit since he was once charged with embezzlement. The policies suggested by, because this is like, abusive. He actually theft something. Embezzlement means theft. He looted something. Then he is suggesting the policies to change. He don't have any right to say that one. That is what ad hominem, argumentum ad hominem. We cannot say, because they can suggest the good. They can suggest the good things also. They can suggest the good things also, which is going against the person only. Next. A young child goes near an iron ball, feels the radiation of heat. From that, she concludes that the ball must be quite hot and returns without physically touching the ball. Here cognition is through perception, knowledge through analogical reasoning, inference, verbal authority. So answer is that option C is the correct answer, inference, because here inference, how it is called as an inference, this is simply following the pun. Simply following the pun. Whatever the pun is there, there is a fire on the hill because there is a smoke. In the same way, a young child goes on the near iron ball, feels that radiation from it. There is a proper reason, reaffirmation, nigamana, conclusion, everything is getting followed in this. That is why it is called as an inference. Asamvyapti corresponds to universal affirmative proposition. Samvyapti corresponds to universal negative proposition. For this question, I have identified explanation actually. Proper explanation have been given in the plus platform. Whether I added in this slide or not, I don't know, but it must be there. Option A. Asamvyapti is an universally positive one. Samvyapti is an universally negative one. Sama means vice versa possible. Asamvyapti means vice versa not possible. Right? That is what we know. But they are universally positive, universally negative. Universally positive, universally negative. Here Asamvyapti is treated as an universally positive statement because we may infer the fire from smoke but not smoke from the fire. This is universally positive one because we cannot go in both ways. We can go in one way. This is one way or highway. Highway will be only one way. You cannot see the both way because I mean to say every highway will have both ways. But here meaning is that Vyapti will have only one sided direction which is positive in nature. You cannot find reverse direction over here in the Asamvyapti. That is why it is universally positive in nature. And it is universally negative means vice versa is there now. For this contradictory things can come. For this contradictory universally, which is negation, things can appear in this Samvyapti. That is why it is universally negative proposition. Yes, A to E possible, but E to A is not possible. Doubtful. But a best explanation I given by detailed one, I forgot. For this we have done a research also. Assam ya mein, yes, Assam Vyapti mein reverse not possible. Like blood will come from the human body, but every blood is not human. Correct na? Ethernet is a system that connects the number of computers and devices together to form a LAN, local area network, Ethernet. Next, Trojan horses. Option D is the correct answer. These are the malicious program, often disguised and legitimate software. Disguise means they pretend themselves as a legitimate software. Those are called as a Trojan. Malicious program, they are intendedly introduced. Next, to take control. Data bus sends a data between the processor and the memory unit and the input output devices. It is unidirectional in nature. It is unidirectional in nature. Option C, statement 1 is true but 2 is false. Why? Because this is bidirectional in nature. Bidirectional, not unidirectional. If you look at data bus sends a data between the processor and the memory unit. Between is itself is saying. The between means going and coming back. Bidirectional, it is not unidirectional, going and taking. Next, examine traffic between computer and network. Used to verify the data comes from the secure and trusted source. Use the concept of digital signature. Keep a list of IP address, thus preventing access to certain websites. Yes, address bus is unidirectional. Only in one way it will go. So answer for this question is C by A and D are the correct answer. Examine the traffic between computers and a network regarding the firewalls is correct. And here D, which is it is keeping a list of IP address and thus preventing access to certain website. Firewall is acting like a wall. This wall will be there now, which is like a for our houses also it will be there. So the wall will be protecting from the unauthorized access to our home. In the same way it will be also. So this is what the firewall, which is fire is there and wall is there, just for the name. So it will not be allowing any of the outsider to unauthorized access in this area. Next, hacking, phishing, spyware, spam. Hacking, phishing, spyware, spam. Option B. Used to verify the data comes from source and trusted source. Firewall duty is to stop the unauthorized, not the duty to verify the data comes from trusted or secured source. It will stop who is unauthorized. Option B is the correct answer. Hacking is an fourth one, which is illegal use of personal data, and B third one, which is identity fraud, phishing, and spyware is the second one, which is gives the originator access to all data entered by the keyboard, and spam, which is clog up users inbox with unwanted emails. Clog up a user's inbox with unwanted emails is an spam. Ignitable, corrosive, reactive, toxic, hazardous waste. I explained in the plus platform. So your answer is option C. Ignitable is an fourth one. Able to sustain combustion. Corrosive is an third one, which is destroy the containers. Reactive is an C1, which is very unstable, and toxic is an serious. Toxic itself will give you the answer. Toxic means highly serious one. D2 it will be. Yes, only one option is available. That will give you the answer. Anaerobic digestion. Anaerobic digestion of sewage sludge is. So answer for this question is that D, A, C, D. An effective process for organic solids. An effective process for organic solids, and C, this process generates a methane as an end product. And D, which is digested sludge, is reduced in volume and easily dewatered. So you can see anaerobic digestion means it's a biological wastewater treatment process. Biologically we are doing this waste treatment to purify them, and it is reduction of organic waste such as organic sludge and concentrated organic industrial wastage will be removed by a biological process. That is what we call it as an anaerobic digestion. So it will be effective for organic solids, and this process generates a methane as an end product as it is biological process, and digested sludge is reduced in volume as easily dewatered. We can variate them. Digested sludge we can variate easily as it will get dewatered, means it will be going back as an mud. Toxic chemicals often injure the organs as well as organ systems. Hepatotoxins are chemicals that can damage the kidneys. People and environment, whenever it comes now. Option C, statement 1 correct, 2 is wrong. Toxic chemicals, toxic means which are serious impacts. So those injure the organ and systems also. Hepatotoxins are chemicals that can damage the kidneys. Hepatotoxicity is an hepatic toxicity which implies chemical driven liver damage. It is not drug induced liver injury cause a acute, which is acute, minor or major liver disease can be caused. It is not the kidney damage, it is liver damage can happen due to this. Millennium Development Goals. Option, what happened to this slide? Option A is a given answer. A3, eradicate extreme poverty and hunger. Goal 2, achieve universal primary. Goal 3, which is C1, promote gender equality. Goal 4, reduce child mortality. Okay, correct only. MDG they are asking, no, not SDG. All right. Coastal lines are considered as an high potential areas for wind energy generation. Ocean water can be utilized as a coolant during the wind energy production. Option B, both are correct and not correct explanation. Ocean water can be utilized as a coolant during the wind energy production, and here coastal lines are considered as an high potential areas for wind energy, because this will be having waves, high waves will be there now due to wind and all. So that can be used for producing more wind energy generation from there. Ancient Buddhist system of education as a student, the ancient Buddhist system of education, the student after being admitted into monastery had to renounce all the worldly and family relationships. This was termed as an what? Option A, Pravajya. It is and Pravajya. So it is Pravajya is called as an Pabbaja, was an accepted ceremony of Buddhist monasteries. Like a Upanayan ceremony is there, in a same way Pabbaja as per the Buddhist monasteries. AICT is not dealing with the maintenance of standards in which of the following areas? हाँ समझ गई इतिशा, he understood well. So option D is a correct answer. Nursing is a correct answer. So hotel management, town planning and pharmacy are comes under here. Under the ACT, nursing is comes under other nursing, I think usually comes under the paramedical one, not under the ACT wala. Next. Yes, it is not a technical one, it is a non-technical one. The Wood Dispatch report recognized as the first time that the government should give frank and cordial support to female education and take effective measures for its expansion. And next is that girl candidates were allowed to appear in the matriculation examination for the first time by Calcutta universities. Good. Superb. Nice. Option A is the correct answer. Both the statement, because wood dispatch is a one which recognize government should give a frank and cordial support to female. Women education has to be promoted, and girl candidates were allowed to appear in matriculation examination for the first time in Calcutta University. 1857 it was. NEP 2020 envisages higher education as. Option D is a given answer. D is a given answer. A, D, E. Playing an important role in promoting human as well as societal, because value education is given more importance in NEP 2020. D, which is a system with identified set of skills and values to be incorporated at each stage. Again value education. And E, a system which needs to complete overall, again value education, overall development of a student in the education system. So here total 3 statements are indicating about the value education only. That is, those are the one which is indicated in the NEP 2020 as a major one. And here emphasis less on cognitive, which is wrong. It is more emphasis on cognitive. Central Institute of English and Foreign Languages, Gramodaya Vishwavidyalaya, Central Institute of Tibetan Studies, Indian Institute of Science. So answer is that C. This Institute of Foreign Language is located in Hyderabad, and Gramodaya Vishwavidyalaya is Chitrakoot, and ISC Bangalore, this is Dharmashala. Chalo, let's go to the final end, which is RC. All right. For every question, okay. Most of the people who appear most often and most rigorously, I think better you read it. Better you read it. Padho, huh? You are telling to whom? Padho. Padho anta, padho. చదువు ఏం మీరేం చేస్తారు గాడిదలు వేస్తారా guys do hit a like button if you like this session Yes, C is the correct answer for first question. Second question. B. The figure of some conqueror or general or soldier. Array. So look at. Carefully look at. That is Chinna Chima. Yes, D is the correct answer. 49, please. Yes, 49 also D. Last and final question, which is option A is a given answer. The winner is right and the loser is wrong. 50 option D, also option A. That's about the 50 questions. So one full question paper as I promised with just 1.5 hour guys. 90 minutes we have taken, half an hour extra we have taken to complete the paper. 9 to 10:30 almost we completed the paper. So that's about it. Thank you so much guys. We will be meeting tomorrow morning, again morning 8 a.m. for the commerce top 50 questions of another set. So congratulations to you all. We have solved one full question paper over here. Thank you. Bye bye to all. Please kindly join into the Telegram. The schedule I shared already in the community tab of this channel, as well as in the Telegram also, and everywhere I shared it. So if any queries are there, please do text me in the Telegram as well as in WhatsApp. All the links are available in the description, and join in Telegram also. Thank you so much. Bye bye everyone. Good night. Please share with your friends. That is the only thing which I am expecting.